Hello and welcome to a new episode with me, Lightningsoul, playing 50 cent $1 today. Hopefully we can achieve a nice winning again in this episode, as we have not been doing so well in the last couple of episodes. But let's just see what this brings. As always, we want to be pretty aggressive. Poker King, it's a nice logo. Keeping bet $1 into the pot, now it checks. Deuce 4. Oh, we get counterfeited there. Well, too bad. I was betting one from Kenya. I think not a lot of people from Africa playing. Fold the 4-10 to his raise from the small blind. No checks. And then decides to call. Maybe hit a queen or something. Maybe even jacks or tens. King 10, 4 deuce. Wow, that's weird. And now he's raising from under the gun and he's calling. And I have a pair of nines. No reason to fold right here. Flop second pair. Bet 6 into 2 players. Yeah, let's draw one off. Let's see if they want to continue on the turn. He now checks, probably on ace king. I think I can value bet this, but let's just check for somebody to bluff, because I don't think anyone has anything on here. Maybe he has a flush draw and he has like ace king. He's betting 3, obvious call. Yeah, take it down there. Would have liked him to check to see what he had, but I think he had ace king or ace jack. Maybe a pair of 8s or something. I wanted to buy, just to tell you something interesting while the hands are evolving. I wanted to buy furniture today for like $350 or something like that. And I didn't have it cash, so I wanted to buy it with monthly payment. Let's just see. We want to pay this now. With monthly payment, originally I wanted to buy it on my company and pay it when my account has been opened by the bank. So I wanted to buy it on invoice and then pay it in like 3 weeks or something, but the company wouldn't have it. Yeah, we just showed kings. So yeah, kings full house, nice. So I then decided to buy it on a 12-month payment, so it would be like 26 euros a month. And my bank clearance was disapproved by the for 260 euros, meaning $350 or something like that. Which is, in my mind, it's just insane, because I could easily buy it cash on the 1st of December when my other bank account is open and when I get my salary, because this month I spent like 2K on flat and everything that comes along with it, as well as paying for my company to open the fees and everything. So I can't afford 260 right now, but I mean, any other month it's just an easy payment. So I don't see how I could get disapproved there for 260. Now we have a straight, which is quite nice against 2 players who call on the flop. But I think I'm either taking it down or splitting here a lot of the times. So and they disapproved, and I had no chance to convince them to just give me the furniture and let me pay it later, or like I would have paid like 50 or 100 if they would have given me the furniture right there, because I basically need it. But they wouldn't want to, so yeah, I just spent 2K for the month, but my bank clearance doesn't approve me for loaning 260, which is in my mind is basically insane. I could have even paid it with my Pokerstars account, which is of course not an allowed payment there. So bring it back to poker. The idiot short stack raised to 3. The maniac behind him called, and now we call on the button with King Jack, which is fine, but now he raised to 1550. And the idiot calls. Now it's 1250 and it's 38. But I have no idea what he's playing. It's the first hand he's playing. There's a jack, but still I wouldn't have any idea. And he's obviously obliged to call now that it's like 44 on the pot for him. Ace, king, queens. Yeah, we made a nice fold there. Would have run into a lot of trouble on the flop. And yeah, I mean, of course it's the company's business, but if I want to sell furniture and we know that the business is tough, I wouldn't even ask a bank clearance for 260. I would just say, yeah, pay it in 3 weeks and go with it. I mean, if you lose those 260, it's like insane not paying 260 if you bought furniture or something. And now they might have lost a customer for life, so you have to put that into your decision. And I think it's a bad company decision to not. They wouldn't even want to sell it to my company. That wasn't possible as well, so they're not selling furniture to companies. I don't get that at all, because companies can afford a lot more furniture than private persons. But I mean, that's their business, so let them do their business. I didn't see a lot of customers there, so maybe they're the next set that run into an insolvency or something like that. I mean, I could easily go ahead and now take off all my Pokerstars money, go there and buy the furniture. But do I want to do that, and do I want to wait until Pokerstars transfers the money? I don't think so. I'd rather keep playing and wait for the 1st of December and just buy it normally. And I'm not sure if I go to that company again or if I just take another one. It's the closest one to where I'm living right now, so that was basically the decision there. It wasn't like they had the best stuff or anything like that. I just need cheap furniture for my second place where I'm staying right now to study. So nothing fancy, just just an all-in push from under the gun to $1 big blind. Nice. I would have definitely called or raised with the 8-9 in position, but I'm not gonna call 100 with no read whatsoever. I mean, with the 8-9. I did call with the 9-10 once for an all-in push to a 40 euro raise, where it was like 120 more to call. And I did make the call with 10 high because I thought he had a small pair, because he just limped earlier and then instantly pushed when I raised there from the small blind to a lot of limpers. And it just looked so much like 6s or 5s, something like that. And I was right, and I called a 10 on the flop and won the whole pot. And the guy was like arguing about my call there. But I mean, if I have I'm gonna go with it. I don't care. I'm definitely gonna call that if I think he's on a small pair, because it's 50-50 and I already have like 50 euros in the pot, and there's a lot of limping money. And then the money he put in, I'm never gonna fold that. So we're here in a spot with ace king. I think we have a pretty decent hand, pretty decent flop. We have like 10 outs, 3 aces, 3 kings, and 4 10s. Couple of them might be dead if it's he had like a king queen or something, but still I like my hand a lot. And I've seen people raise and call all in there with 10 outs, which basically means 40%, but I wouldn't recommend that to such small pot. I mean, if the pot was bigger, maybe, but there I would have maybe called a raise that was reasonable, and then decided on the turn to either call, raise, or fold. So he's raising to 6. Not really interested with the ace high. I mean, bringing it back to the point, doing business today, I know it's difficult because a lot of people go into private insolence, and I don't even know if that's the word in English for what I'm trying to say, but I think you get it. And then companies lose a lot of money, of course, and that's my favorite hand, by the way. Jack 9 suited on the button for $1 big blind call. I'm definitely gonna play this. That's a decent flop. It's hard to make business today, but I mean, you can give the customer the feeling that he's not even worth 260 euros for you. Then you're basically saying, you're a cheap fuck, get out of my company and go somewhere else. Because that's just rude, I think, to not give the customer the feeling that he could easily afford 260 is like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels bad. Feels bad to treat it like that as a customer. And I think you shouldn't do that. And I think you should always trust your customers. Whether or not you lose money, it doesn't matter, because if you trust your customers, they will come back a lot of the times and spend more money than you will lose over the long run. And that's how you do business. And I don't get it, how you can do that with 260 there. Because I would have definitely come back for some other furniture later if I had more money or something like that. But I'm obviously thinking about going back there again now. Because, I mean, I can just easily order it from the internet, get it delivered, and I have no trouble doing so. Well, the maniac shoved there with a pair of 8s. Really don't want to lose him, shoving there from another gun from Poland. Just look at that hand again, 8-9. I didn't see it. Did he shove the river or the turn? I can fold that. Because I really want to see if he shoved it on the turn, but then it's fine. He had an open end the pair. No, he bet 15. Guy calls. And now he shoved, which is fine too. He tried to bluff his way through. It's not a bad play at all, I think. Shoving there for a bigger size pot bet. Bigger than the pot size bet, I want to say. That's fine in my mind. Yeah, it's just hard to get him off the queen 10 there with the flush draw and top pair and everything. Especially because he is a maniac and we have seen him push from under the gun with no raise before him because he was under the gun. Kind of logic there. What is he doing? Oh my gosh, wait. Nice nickname. Yeah, he raises every pot and I can't catch anything to call him with. I mean, I would go down as far as king 10 and I would have been right there. And he hits a 4. That's amazing. But I would have called with king 10 there because he just shoves every single hand. And he did the same thing with the king jack and had him dominated. And yeah, just got lucky. And he now pushes again. I have jack 3, obviously not a hand to call him with. Because I really want to be ahead if I call him. 10-3, nothing to call him with either. That's just retarded. He's just gambling now. But gambling is fine with me. I tend to gamble in casinos sometimes as well. Putting it all in before the flop without seeing the cards or something like that. But only if I can afford it. I'm never gonna do that if I don't have money. Yeah, and now he gets called. And he hits the miracle again. Wow. Flopping 2 pair there. That's amazing. Now he doubled up to 60 bucks. And he must be sick to the stomach. I mean, it was just 60 bucks, but still it was a 6-7. And he's all in again. Oh, come on, give me a hand. It's insane. I mean, now it's 60 bucks. It's 60 big blinds. I mean, that's a lot of money. 6-9 ace king. Wow. Yeah, now he's dead. Now he's dead, and we would have made it straight, but doesn't matter. Will he rebuy? Yeah, now I'm getting a hand. Nice. Nope. Instant quit. He got his money back. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about it, calling with the ace king there. I'm never gonna be behind a lot. He kind of called quickly, but I would have called quicker, I think. Quickly or quicker? I don't know. You know what I mean. The guy called, probably has done something like queen jack, king jack. Really want to make him fold here. If he decides to call, I hope the diamond rolls off. If he decides to raise, then I have to think about it. If he decides to call and I can hit a diamond, I will probably just check fold. That's not a lot, 16-50 into 55 of them having 65 behind, and we hit a diamond. And I think a check here is pretty decent, because he has to put money in again if he decides to raise a turn. And now we can call the nuts, as I said. Nice. Would have probably called anyway with the sets. I put him on king jack or something. That's why I checked. Well, maybe better, a little bit better than king jack. King jack was the worst hand you could have there with a raise on the turn. And I think if I check the diamond, then he has to bet again. Just what was my thinking there? And he could have multiple bluffing hands. I mean, there was a lot of drawing potential. Oh, sorry, it's just... Oh man, king 8, no. Let's not play this. Sorry. I wanted to show you this. There was a queen 10, king queen, king 10. Yeah, there was a lot of bluffing range, and that's why I wanted to check and not bet the third diamond. And if he checks behind with the king jack, I think I wouldn't have got a lot more out of him anyway. So that's fine as well. But with the hand he had, I mean, I could have just shoved and he would have probably called there. A lot of the times at least. He kind of raised a little bit too little on the turn, giving me no chance to fold. But I think he wanted that with a flop set, of course. So he basically got a little bit unlucky there. A little bit is, yeah, not the right word. He got very unlucky with the river card, not pairing and giving me a flush. But I mean, as I said, I would have probably given it up, because, I mean, he raised so little, it looked kind of strong. As I said, I put him on king jack or better. So why try to bluff if I can't hit anything? If I hit an ace, not too good either, because, I mean, ace check is definitely in his range, and if he raises there, he could have had jack 9 or something like that as well, so my ace is no good. But I probably would have called 50% pot size bet, I think. I really had to think about that. But as it turns out, we made a nice profit here in the first 20 minutes. Which is awesome, because I can eat the money for the furniture. As I just said, I mean, I really hate waiting, especially for furniture, because, yeah, I don't know. I like to have at least a couch and a cupboard or something to put my stuff in. Having a pair of 7s here on the button is pretty nice. He always raises when I have medium pairs from under the gun, which I kind of don't like. under the gun raises are normally strong hand. And so I'm never really ahead of anything with the 7s here. But, I mean, it's just try to flop a set or something. And he has a lot of money behind, so that's perfectly fine. With that flop, we have a 3-card straight flush draw. And I think we have the best hand a lot of the times as well. He's betting 4, automatic call. A 4 on the turn. He's now betting 5, automatic call as well. And a deuce of diamonds. If he doesn't bet anymore, I have to call this 5-8. Well, that was unexpected. I did expect to see the jacks, ace king, ace queen, or something like that. I mean, like a little bit bigger pair than I had, or a pocket pair than I had, or just ace high. Didn't expect to see an 8. But, I mean, he played it very well. He got a lot of money out of me. If he had bet more on the flop, I probably would have folded it right there. So he played this pair of 8s pretty nice. That's a nice flop against the guy who flopped the set before, but I think he's gonna instant fold. It's always, if you hit trips on the flop, no one's gonna have anything and they fold instantly. It's not the maniac. I would have called the maniac there with the queen 7 of spades. Let me just get something to treat. Okay, that was just the bottles falling down. Probably should be careful opening those. So I don't really have a favorite opponent right here. Probably him, but I don't know. I don't really have a read on this guy. I have seen hands of these 3 guys. I don't know about him at all. So I would probably like to play against him and him the most, because I have kind of position and I know something about them. Although I don't know a lot. So I basically have to play my cards a little bit more and try to bluff them if I think they're weak. Just by how they play in the hands and not too much on reads I have up until now. Let's just see. I like to look at the pot sizes from time to time. We want the biggest pot here, then the 8th biggest, I think. Yeah, the 8th biggest. That's okay, not really awesome. We didn't really win anything between there. So we either take it down before the flop, or not at all. We can fold the jack 5. Queen 3 isn't really a decent hand, not even from the small blind. I will try to fish for information if no one raises and try to raise him just to see if he's really that tight or if he's just getting no cards at all. Because he raised like once. Oh, I have a note on him. Just calls with ace jack and small blind. To a button raise and then calls onto the river with an ace on the flop. Yeah, seems like he is tight. Yeah, and he keeps folding. One teacher, come on. Raised with the 8-5. Alright, I can call with the same hand from the button. I know he's gone as well. Just kind of bad. So when I think about something, then I'm definitely behind if he's thinking about a hand. Well, it's not a problem if I have to play against him with a worse hand because he's pretty deep. And I got position on him. And he decides to fold. Or he had a small ace or something like that. Sorry, by the way, that it is not a fast table. I couldn't find one for 50 cents, $1. And we have to wait a little bit longer now. But that gives me more opportunity to comment on the hands. And now he's re-raising. I don't really like that spot with medium ace against the tightest guy at the table. And with him having position on me, I like it even less. So I tend to give it up against tight guys because, I mean, they're never gonna make any money that way for me because I can take all their blinds like 10 rounds in a row and then they decide to re-raise once with kings or something like that. And I just fold and give them the $3 and it's less than what I've won before from them. So I think it's the best way to play against them. And if you want to call against them, then try to have like 6-7 suited or something where you can get all his money if you flop big. Don't call with the medium ace and give him even more money if you flop an ace and he has a bigger ace as well. That's just not a winning style. Or call him the small pairs, try to hit a set or something like that. It's way better than calling with ace-7. Minimum raise, he's very deep, so I can easily make this call. Flop a 6. A really good flop. No backdoor outs. Let's just fold. I mean, you could argue about calling there once and see what the turn brings, but without position. With no backdoor outs at all. I don't really like it. Nothing unraised, can fold a 7-9. She's pretty, but I guess it's not her that is playing. Yeah, raising with the queen deuce because he's super tight and he doesn't call a lot as well. He basically just raised and yeah, he's folding there. It's a pretty tight table, I have to say. Which is fine. You can just raise and take some blinds and then if you get re-raised, fold most of the times, maybe call once or twice. Or re-raise if you think somebody's weak, but I don't really think anyone re-raises weak on this table. At least not very often, so don't really want to re-raise very often as well. Because these days nobody's folding a pair anymore. Like with 10s, 6-handed, it's going all in. They never fold. At least it looks like it. So raising here with king 10 just because it's a tight table, and as you can see, everyone folds, which is fine. I mean, king 10 is an okay hand, but from early on, not really my favorite hand to raise with, because that's gonna get you into trouble. If you flop a king and anyone call you, they most likely have a king with a better kicker if they hit anything on the flop and call you. So, as I said in an earlier episode, just rather raise with 6-7 suited under the gun. That won't bring you into that much trouble as king 10 or something like that. Or ace 5 or ace 7 or something. Those hands are typically more dangerous, especially for beginners, because they can't get the hand value straight. They think the hand is very stronger than it really is, or something like that. Calling here with the ace-8 because he is very deep and I'm on the button. Thus I can win a lot of money if I hit and he hits or something like that. But no one hits. I think I will try to bluff here with the smallish bet. If he doesn't bet, of course, but he does. So it's an easy fold with the ace-8. I wouldn't have gone nuts with just an ace. I really wanted to see ace-8 or eights or 8 top pair or something like that. Just the ace with an 8 kicker is not a really good hand. Unless no one bets, of course, then I can make a bet and hope to really take it down, or maybe have somebody with a draw calling of the second pair. Taking it down with 9s. Jack 5 is pretty bad. Savage 3000. What kind of nickname is this? By the way, I wanted to change my picture, but how do I do that? This is like the most uncomfortable layout for options I've ever seen. Account, validate email, change account, change date of birth, add phone number. Select change image. Change image. Document. Sorry that it's German. As you all know, I'm German. Let's go to Lightningsoul.com, images, image files, all files. What are image files? Okay, that isn't, that's not an image file, PNG. Minimum raise there with 5 deuce. We flop an inside straight draw. This is free. Can call this once. 9 is not what we wanted to see. And he checks. I think he's got nothing. I want to bet this now. Yeah, he folds. So let's draw this to the full size. That looks really, really shitty to me. So let's just save this and edit. 4.9 is nothing. Let's just save it as a JPEG so you can understand that. Probably as an image file. Yeah, we don't need transparency there. Image files. Yeah. And let's see how that looks. That looks way better. Save it. Thank you. Your new image selection has been received and put in a queue for screening. Screening time will vary based on the number of images submitted. Activation may take up to 5 days. So my picture now is deleted, so we have to wait up to 5 days, but that's cool. Doesn't really matter if you have a picture or not. Just couldn't stand the old one anymore. Calling here with a 5/6 on the button. It's just 250. Could probably win all his 100 if he has a big hand there. And if not, then they'll just fold the flop. And there's another call from a rig stack, which is nice. If he doesn't raise now. Flop 2 pair here. I think it's good. A lot of the times. If he doesn't bet, I will definitely bet. But if he does into 3 players, then yeah, he doesn't, so you can just bet 5. Hopefully no one has a 7, but we will see about that in just 10 seconds, I think. Yeah, we got it. I don't think he has anything. Yeah. That's nice, because I was worried about blinds having a 7 there, checking it to the raise, of course. Other than that, I didn't think he would have anything checking against 3 players on that flop. This would be amazing if he turned up like having jacks or queens or something like that, or even better. I think that the chances for that are very slim, below 1%. Because you're not giving a free card to 3 opponents with a flush draw on board. Ever. I have seen these kind of plays, but I mean, if you ask for disaster, you will get it. And often they hit some sort of flush or straight or something like that, or straight outs, and then keep calling you and hit something there, and you never know what they have because you didn't bet the flop, and then you pay them off on the river and lose a lot of money just to get a little bit more out of somebody, maybe if he catches something, and that's not a good play in my mind. If against 2 players, maybe. Against 1, of course, you can check once and let him hit something, or maybe make it look like you don't have anything, but against 3 players, that's not a good idea. Not at all. Because you could be against 3 pairs, and then even together they have 6 outs against you. And how can you fold then if just a blank rolls off, or a card that looks like a blank to you? Definitely continue against the big blind here, from raising from under the gun. If he has anything decent, you will raise now, and he decides to call. That's the card we can check easily there. Wouldn't look too weak checking the queen of clubs, because, I mean, we are unlikely to have a flush. And I don't think he will fold now as well. Given his range, let's just check it down. Ace Jack. Wow, the call is very, very light. Could have continued there, but on the turn he had an inside straight draw as well. So yeah, we showed basically the hand beneath his, so we don't look like we were stealing a lot. It just looked like a normal continuation bet with ace high. That's not too bad to give that information away. I will call here just for the odds. I knew I wouldn't hit anything with the queen 8. I don't even like the queen 8. Just a horrible hand. Yeah, should have probably folded. As I said, just called because I got 3.5 to 1 on my money, and was hoping to catch a queen or something. Jack 6, the worst hand ever. I love the Jack 9, I hate the Jack 6. Jack 6 is just so horrible. I mean, if I have to, I will raise with it, like in the small blind or something, but other than that, never gonna play Jack 6. I mean, you really wanna have hands where you can flop nut straights, or have nut straights at least. With Jack 6, it's like 7, 8, 9 is probably your best flop straight-wise, other than flopping a full house. Let's call this against the big stack. We both have 200 big blinds, and that's a good flop. Unless he has pocket deuces. I will call once and then raise on the turn. I hope I don't see a deuce or something like that. Or 7 of diamonds, king of diamonds or something stupid. He's checking, and now we have to bet. Let's bet 450. I hope he was trapping with aces or something like that. Nope, insta-fold. That's nice. Let's try this again. Always calling in position, of course. Not calling with this garbage out of position. I just want to win all the pots where I have the best hand as well as where he doesn't have anything. That makes it valuable. So as I showed last time, I will get it up on the flop with ace high. I will now continue to bet. I will not give up on the turn, and he folds instantly. You have to vary your play there. if I bet the flop and he decides to call again, I can't not bet the turn unless he bets into me or something like that. I have to bet the turn then, because last time I had ace high, I stopped betting on the turn. I can't stop again. Because he will probably think I'm continuation betting a lot, and then he will call every single flop. And I had these kind of opponents who call every single flop against you, and if you stop betting on the turn each time, you will lose a lot of money against them. So you have to really be aware if somebody calls you too often on a flop and just floats you with hands like ace-jack that he did before with no real outs, then you have to continue to bet. It's almost like they want to give their money to you. You just have to take it with another bet. So they are giving you one extra bet on the flop. Take it on the turn. It's as easy as that. I'm calling here with the 5-9. It's a nice flop. He keeps betting. Don't really know what he has. I have to check here. Yeah, ace high probably. Something like ace 9, ace 10, I think. Ace 10 exactly. Let's call him again with the 5-3. That's the worst flop. I mean, it's 5-3. What did I expect? Can't see a lot of undercards. Any that he bet there tells me that he at least hit the flop, because I just called a bluff, and I don't think he would bluff twice. Could be wrong though, but I was so far behind, he couldn't even bluff, so why not give that up? Calling you the ace-jack. I don't really like that he raised so often in the last couple of hands. And I definitely don't like him re-raising in position again. If he calls, I maybe call to try to flop something big against both opponents. But I'm definitely not calling against him with the ace-jack. I mean, it's the second hand he re-raised, and I don't think he played anything in between. So I don't really want to play against him with the ace-jack out of position. Now we have queens under the gun. There's a call. I think that's a call because we are very loose right now, playing a lot of hands. Maybe he has a small pair. That's giving away so much information if I bet here. I mean, this flop looks so neutral, yeah, and folds immediately. I could have checked, I think. Trying to let him bluff, or maybe take another card off. And the 4-4-8 is really not very dangerous at all. Calling with the ace-3 here. A minimum raise. Definitely call again on this flop. If he has a king, congratulations. You're gonna win it. He is thinking a lot. Probably multi-tabling. I'm gonna call this, as I said. 9 is not really anything to be afraid of. I'm just afraid of him having a king 10 or something like that. 5-20. Gonna give that up. I was just saying to myself, if he checks the turn, then I'm probably ahead. If he doesn't, then I'm behind. Him in raising there with like king 6 or something. It's easily possible. Don't really know what they are thinking so long about. This is just a normal continuation bet into 9, 10, 5 flop. If you don't have anything, just give it up. Or try to raise bluff there, but I mean, what are you thinking about so long? Just make up your mind. Everyone's folding. Yeah. Can't get any action with my big hands, looks like. Deuce 8, not good enough. Kind of boring on this table. Not a lot of big pots going on. Under the gun, him raising to 3. I think he is at least on ace queen. So I might just call him for the read I have right now. Yeah. Let's just try this. And this is not a flop I wanted to see. You might have ace king. Let's just see if he wants to call with ace king high. I would really hate to see that, but it's possible. Nope. Yeah, so this is just playing your opponent. I gave a crap about 5-9 here. I just knew he was strong, and when he checked the flop, it just told me he had ace king. That's basically it. I was just so sure he had ace king, and that I could take it away from him with a big bet on the river. Because he's kind of tight, and he's not going to call a lot with the ace king high, especially on such a dangerous board. Now we have an open-ended straight draw instead of just a gut shot. We don't have any overcuts anymore. Let's just see what he wants to bet. There's a 10. Let's just bet 9. If he raises, I'm gonna puke. If he has ace 9, he's gonna call, I think. Oh, insta-fold. That's fine with me. Pocket 10s on the button. Getting a lot of nice hands here, but I don't think we can get any action. Nope. It's like the last 5 episodes or something. Everyone just folded to our big hands. Which is really annoying. Especially in the cash games. Not so much in the tournaments. Because they often don't have a choice but to call you. But in the cash games it just looks like every time you have a big hand, no one else has anything at all. And they don't even try to re-raise me with nothing as well. Because I mean, I'm playing a lot of hands. I could easily have nothing in the spots where I have a big hand. And they don't even try to take it away there. So this is a nice flop. If I hit a 6, it won't complete a flush because it's a rainbow flop. And it's the nuts, obviously, so I'm going to continue. Now we hit an 8, which I think is a good hand a lot of the times. Best pair against this range, probably. Let's just call once more. Another 5. I think he has to give it up now. Yeah. Queen 8, it's bad. Okay. Yeah, that's just unlucky to hit an 8 there. But, it's not a problem. He wasn't so sure he was ahead as well. Now we hit a wheel against the tightest guy ever. I don't think he would call with 6-4 ever. Maybe if it's suited. I don't think so. I would think he will fold this king-queen suited or something. Yeah. Should have probably checked and let him catch something at least. And I never even tried to take it away or something like that. Just if they have something, they're gonna call you. Otherwise, instant fold. So these guys are pretty easy to read, if you ask me. I wouldn't play it that way because that's a nice flop. Just gonna give it away a lot of the times. Playing like that. I hope he re-raises me with something worse. Not even that is happening. They give it up if they don't hit anything. And it always looks like I have better hands on tight tables and worse hands on loose tables. Like if there are loose guys who call you with everything, I can't even make one pair. If I have a table where everyone folds every hand, I have like queens, kings, aces every third hand or something like that. Look at this. I won all the pots. All of the last pots. 8-6. Just call this. I have an inside straight draw. I'm gonna call this once. Hit an 8, which is pretty good as well. Unless he has queen 8, of course. There we hit our straight. Hi! Unless he has 10 jack. I think it's a really decent hand. And he checks. Let's just bet 16. I'm a little bit afraid of him having 10 jack or something like that. To be honest. And I just want money from an 8-9 or something like that as well. Thinking about something. If he sinks, it's not a good sign. I think it's either instant call or fold. Or raise. I mean, instant call is a very quick thing, and raise or fold might take a little bit longer. Just continuing to play every hand here. Now he might be thinking about raising again. Nope, just calls. Not the flop I wanted to see. Give that up. As you can see, I'm giving that up because no outs at all. Only a 6 or 7. And that's 5 outs. A little bit too less if you ask me. That's weird to raise right there. You might have king queen or 10 jack, king queen or 10 jack. It's the only option, I think. No, he folds. But if the tightest player on the table raises you, tells you a lot. And everyone keeps folding. But I mean, I have pretty decent hands. I wouldn't mind the call once in a while. I mean, king 8 suited on the button is over average for my button raising range. 3-7, however, is not. Queen 3. I would like to get a walk here. Oh, min raise. Yeah, now I have to call 1 into 5. And we at least flop a gut shot. Yeah, please don't bet. Betting 3. Just call this once. Didn't think it was coming this time, but I had a straight flush draw with 2 cards as well. So, yeah, I mean, at least want to see one more card. Especially because he has a little bit more than spine behind him. But I really want to see. No, not pot, hand. Yeah, look at this. We won like 7 out of 8 hands. Come on, Svenna, no raise. You don't want to raise. By the way, the 1 hour is almost full. So this will be our last orbit. Svenna, no raise. Svenna, come on, no raise. Thank you very much. Awful flop. Awful, awful, awful. I'll just check this once. Oh, there's an ace. Any 3 is prime right now. And there we got kings. Everyone's folding again. There's a call, small blind. Let's just check this once. Just raise here. I'm gonna see where I'm at, as well as getting a little bit more money out of him. And he folds. Holding the 10-5, we have a nice profit again here from 100 off 150 to 94. Yeah, check out my website Lightningsoul.com and subscribe and like this video if you like what you've seen. Thanks for watching and goodbye.